My name is Mary Carmen Moreno, and I am a second grade bilingual teacher for Chicago Public Schools. My students are predominantly Mexican and Mexican American. They are emergent bilingual students. We are in the midst of developing a dual language program, so I teach in both English and Spanish. And my students live in a high poverty area on the far side, south side of Chicago. I attended Dr. Roche's Over the Rainbow seminar, and my unit is called Afirmando Nuestras Identidades, Storytelling Through Alebrijes. So it's affirming our identities. And the unit that I developed really is a journey for children, for all of us, for our classroom, taking a journey to the homeland. And that may be in Mexico, and that may be at the border, it may be here. And it's about exploring stories that represent our culture, tradition, and art. And so we focused on a very unique popular art form, Mexican popular art form, alebrijes. And so the children are storytelling through these sculptures and being influenced and motivated and inspired by stories, not just that we read, but stories that they also heard from their own parents as a result of the discussions that we were having in class. So this project was really important to me. It's very important to my kids. I feel that many times when we are told as teachers that we have to teach a specific curriculum, we are kind of absent. People like myself, being Latina, being Mexicana, we are absent from a lot of children's literature. Even when we look at the genre of fairy tales and folk tales and the notion of what is authentic literature is really an interesting topic. It's one that's evolving at this time, but for the most part, I feel that my children are absent. Their voices are not there. They're not reflected in the literature that we often teach. And so to me, it's really important that we start off the year, that there's an opportunity for them to feel empowered and for them to feel that literature can reflect our societies and our understandings of the world. And I think that being able to do the research, to find those stories, as difficult and as challenging as it was, and it is, it's important and it's empowering for them to be able to be in those spaces and explore their own idea of what it is. What does it mean for me to be Mexican in the United States or Mexican American? So I think for me it's very profound to be able to do that even at a second grade level. I think that we underestimate what kids can do, and doing this project and doing this unit absolutely provided a unique opportunity for us. Coming to Y&I, coming to Yale, for me it's just really a life-changing opportunity. Not just as a teacher, but because of my background. I completely connect to my students in so many ways. Having grown up as a second language learner myself, not being privy to a lot of resources growing up and growing up in a high poverty community. And with very limited educational resources. And so being able to be at an institution like this and having access to the resources that Yale has, and to be surrounded by so many inspiring teachers with such a high level of integrity and commitment to the work that they do with kids, because they understand that our work in the classroom doesn't just change an individual, it has the potential to change families and communities and to lift the quality of life. And for me, that's the only reason that I do the work that I do. So, so this has been an absolutely wonderful, enriching opportunity that, that I couldn't speak, more highly of. It's just been phenomenal.